We're learning more about that high drama that finally came to an end just a couple hours ago in the South Towns. News 4 has obtained the actual emergency call from when someone shot at Erie County deputies.
Alert. Back off. Multiple minutes, back off.
Brad, are you hit or no? Hit my windshield. I don't think I'm hit.
And no one was hit, in fact, although we have learned that one deputy may have glass fragments in his eye. We do have these new pictures of the damage left behind by those bullets. Police just wrapped up a news conference late this morning, and we want to begin our coverage now with News 4's Ed Dranch. He joins us live from the town of Boston.
Teresa, good afternoon to you. This was actually a 14-hour standoff that ended around 10 o'clock this morning. The man who deputies say shot at them surrendered to police. They say he walked out the back of his house under SWAT team guidance and did surrender. He was guided by the SWAT team and was taken to ECMC for a mental health evaluation. Authorities believe a rifle was used to fire at least 60 bullets. Dozens of casings were found outside the home on Brown Hill Road in the town of Concord. Erie County Sheriff Tim Howard says those shots were fired intentionally and were fired directly at his deputies. Shots were fired just after 9 last night when deputies Bradford Valentine and Jonathan Hanna first arrived at the home. They responded to a domestic violence call, according to Captain Ron Kenyon, which started as an argument inside that home. The call was made by a relative to police about a distraught man from the house next door. It was unclear to deputies if, in fact, that man was inside the home, so crews closed down the 219 for a few hours and evacuated 8 homes overnight to keep neighbors safe. We've learned a woman and several children were inside the home but left before police arrived on the scene. We believe they are okay. FBI Assistant Special Agent in charge Holly Hubert said the family members were a huge help in bringing this to a peaceful end.
The communications were ongoing all night long, off and on. At times he was talking a lot, at times he was not talking for 90 minutes or more. We were successful in engaging the family. The family was tremendously helpful to us. And I just think over time, he just came to the realization that the only safe and the only appropriate way to end this thing was to come out peacefully, which is what he did.
So who is this man, this suspected shooter? Police are not releasing his name because they say this call is basically domestic violence related. However, we're told this was a 48-year-old man with 3 prior police contacts. Nothing, though, that would have tipped them off to something of this magnitude. Of course, we'll continue to follow this story, considering police are just obtaining a search warrant at this point to go inside the house, collect more evidence, and find the gun that was actually used in this case. Again, this man brought to ECMC. No charges have been filed just yet, but you can only imagine they will certainly be coming down the pike. We're live in the town of Boston. Ed Dranch, News 4 at noon.
All right, thanks very much, Ed. And as I mentioned, we did find the frantic police call when the suspect fired at Erie County Sheriff's deputies. It depicts just how serious this situation really became. News 4's Jordan Williams joins us with that part of the story. Hi, Jordan.
Came under fire as soon as they pulled up in front of the man's house. I want you to listen to how they described it as it all unfolded.
Multiple rounds in my car.
Copy, back off.
Yeah, neither one of us are hit. His vehicle took multiple rounds. Mine took at least one. When we pulled up close to the house, he just opened up on us, lit up both our cars. We had to get out of the sight line before he stopped shooting.
And those deputies called on firefighters to help them secure the scene and set up the perimeter. Eventually, state police and the FBI joined the sheriff's deputies on the scene. Now, I'll listen to more of the raw dispatch recordings. Deputies warned their colleagues to make sure they turned off their flashing lights on their patrol units. They said the gunman kept shooting until they turned off their emergency lights. Again, no one hurt in this standoff in Boston. Such an important headline this afternoon, just that one deputy who may have had some glass in his eye. We're live in the newsroom. I'm Jordan Williams, News 4 at noon.